Hello and welcome to Noob Phobia. I'm your host Vinny and I'm here to discuss the various shenanigans of today's gaming worlds and events. Papa. So, today I want to talk about the issues with the current generation consoles and why I believe personal computers will be the future dominant gaming platform. This isn't a video aimed at belittling anyone who owns a console, but to discuss the various issues and events that we see happening every day. So, starting with me, I'm a former avid dedicated console gamer. I recently jumped on the PC bandwagon and completely ditched the console platform. No, I didn't make the change for better graphics or free games. I did it for the sake of supporting true gaming values that seem to have been recently forgotten by us who have been gamers since the beginning stages of the medium. You see, home consoles were a great idea back when games used to be two-dimensional. They offered powerful hardware capable of running gorgeous graphics, vibrant colors, smooth animations, all at the comfort of your couch. The side-scrolling genre was exclusive to the consoles because only they had the silicon muscle to redraw the screen while PCs just couldn't do it. I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that PCs were the underdogs and consoles were just, woo! Consoles were like, wow, look at that graphics. Well, that was back then. And not only that, but you also got to put into perspective that the consoles used to cost a fraction of what a personal computer cost at that time. It just made more sense to buy a box that took no more effort than to press a power button and slide whatever game you wanted to play. Even when PCs started to catch up with consoles, people just continued to go for the consoles. They were just better. You pay a few $100s on a box, you hook up to your TV, invite some people over, and play your favorite games. The idea just made a lot more sense back then. Consoles made gaming fun for everyone at a fraction of the cost. So you might be asking, well, what changed now? And I got one word for you guys, it's the internet. Yes, the internet changed the gaming industry to something completely different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember when console online gaming got extremely huge back when Halo 2 launched on Xbox Live. And yet, even bigger when Call of Duty 4 came out on a generation after. It just became more convenient to play your games online with your buddies instead of having to drive to their house. You get the screen to yourself, you got your microphone to communicate. Hell, you can even be in your underwear and no one would give a shit. Consoles or console online gaming just became a necessity. Hardly do you see games nowadays that don't have some sort of online play. So, unfortunately, this is around the same time corporate greed started creeping in. I mean, you want to play your games online using the internet service you already paid for? Well, too bad. Pay us money, bitch. Yes, I'm looking at you, Microsoft. So, as time went on, games became bigger and harder to manage. Developers wanted to have an option to patch and update their games like was possible on PC. So, then it made more sense to pack a hard drive in there. But that wasn't enough, so as games got even bigger, developers couldn't rely on DVD and Blu rays alone. So now, hardwares became mandatory since games had to be installed on there. So, where am I going with this? Well, I don't know if you are already aware, but consoles became crippled computers that cost not much less than a gaming personal computer of the same technical abilities. Even worse, it seems that consoles are trying to become personal computers without really realizing it. I mean, you hear about consoles starting to support keyboard and mouse for those who prefer a different control scheme. So my question is, what the heck am I buying a console for? Every game on PC now supports your controller of choice. You don't even have to install the sucker, you just plug it in and play. So you add that to superior visuals and draw distance. And by the way, don't even tell me graphics don't make a game any better, because if so, then why did you go out and shell the money for an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4? Yes, I know, graphics aren't everything, but most of us secretly want our games to look and feel immersive. The problem with consoles is they are already limited from a hardware perspective. You have developers scaling down and cutting corners to give you a stable frame rate. I mean, think about that for a second. That's not healthy for developers who want to go above and beyond without any restrictions. I'm not here to convince you to sell your consoles or go out of your way to buy a PC. I'm just here trying to shed light on what is going on with the gaming industry. You think your favorite exclusive will vanish if PS4 and Xbox would happen to die today? Of course not. It doesn't matter what system you want to play on. What matters is what caters to us gamers. And from what I'm seeing nowadays, it seems like a gaming PC is just the way to go. Games are fairly cheaper, no monthly subscription fees, unlimited ways to customize your machine, backwards compatible, and last but not least, upgradable. You know, when you bought your PS4, you couldn't just take the RAM off your PS3 and shove it in your PS4. You couldn't. You just had to buy a brand new console. So, how do I wrap this up? Well, you see, I love all gamers, and I want us all to unite under a single entity. I feel like everyone is fragmented around fighting each other over what is basically computer or a computer with a label on the box. Yes, a PlayStation and an Xbox nowadays are basically computers with labels on them. And the way I look at the future is a world where eventually consoles will die out and gaming will become about the content, not the box you play on. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos and leave me a comment explaining why you agree or disagree. See you next time.